Hi guys, how's it going? It is your boy Brad SK22 and welcome back to a brand new video. This one is a bit different and I've wanted to do this, but I've wanted to wait till the series is done. The reason why it's only a small circle is because I'm be adding stuff at the side of me, and you will understand as we go through this video. I will also be putting up the web as well, just to point out some stuff as well. So this one is a review, but I wanted to wait till the series is done and the whole 9 episodes, and I've watched it all. I watched the last one tonight, and what a season it has been. It has gathered so much hype that I have seen. I didn't want to watch any of the trailers because I didn't want to spoil any of the episodes, and I didn't want to look into anything after the episode because I just enjoyed watching it, and I've gone back and watched the episodes twice. So I've watched one episode when it first came out and then gone back and watched it to that point, and it's picking out the details that HBO had put in that wasn't in the game. If you don't know what I'm on about at this moment, it is the one and only The Last of Us. The Last of Us is an amazing game, and also you have Last of Us 2, which we'll talk about further on down in the video. The Last of Us, the game, I absolutely loved. I have gone back and played it again. I've also played the remastered one, and it is so sick and so smooth, and the quality was amazing like it has always been, and that game has just been a phenomenal one to play. I played the second one, but I obviously haven't streamed it. If you guys want me to play the second one, let me know down in the comments and I will definitely put that out. The first one is on my channel and it was when I first started, so the videos might be a bit there and iffy there and then, but it's when I first started out and streaming it for my PS4 at the time. But The Last of Us, I've watched all 9 episodes, and the episodes kept me on edge at all times. And the reason why I say this is because the way that they match up with the game, similarities, and there's also not similarities. And the similarities are amazing. You can spot it. You can go through and watch the TV show and remember the time you played that scene, and you'll point through that scene. The first load of episodes I loved. Every Monday night when they dropped, I instantly watched them, and it's Mondays that I've been looking forward to. But unfortunately now the season has finished. There's no more episodes to come unless they do a season 2. But The Last of Us, great cast. I don't think they could have picked any better. You've got Bella Ramsey who plays Ellie, which I think played a perfect Ellie. She got it down to a T. And the jokes that she read when she gets in a joke book, you have moments as her and Joel are making a bond, and you can see them slowly opening up to each other, especially in the episode 9, which you see a lot more and you see them actually caring. And we'll speak about the last episode a little bit further on. Pedro Pascal, I hope I've said that right, but Joel, amazing Joel. I don't think they could have got anyone better to play Joel. And I know this season, or this TV show, was in the works for a while, and it was and ah of if it was ever going to come out. And it finally has. You've got Bill, you've got Tess, which Tess was amazing. The episode where she has got bit and she has to tell Joel, no matter what, you have to get her to the Fireflies. And her way of going out was intense. It kept you on the edge of your seat. Perfect. Bill, so Nick Offerman, Bill and I don't know what the other guy name is. Murray Bartlett, who plays Frank, I think played amazing. And this is why I said that some parts you don't see in the game, because HBO went more into detail on characters with The Last of Us, which they could do because they've turned it into a TV show. So when you went to the village and you saw Bill with Ellie in the game, you understood a little bit of his story. Where in the TV show, it goes from Bill surviving in this city all on his own, and then coming across someone who's been out there, and he didn't know whether to trust him at first, this and other, and it goes into their relationship and him trusting Frank and him being able to open up to Frank and form a relationship with Frank and his process through it all, and having Tess and Joel over doing like previous missions or previous protocol things that they used to do, and then it comes to an end where Bill and Frank end their lives together, and then it cuts to Ellie and Joel coming into that city, wanting to Joel looking to find one of them, and there's a note saying that they've both passed. They died together because they loved each other, and it specifies that in great detail in this season, and especially that episode. And I think it was a brilliant episode. I am not counting any acting that anyone else has done. I'm just picking out specifics that I really liked, but all the cast members did really good. Storm Reed, that played Riley, perfect. The way that it showed her Ellie in the camp as she was training up, and then Riley came back and took her to the mall, and they had little things that they wanted to show her. I think there were 6 in the episode that she wanted, 6 or 5 in the episode that they wanted to mark off as they go through. And the story of them getting bit together still put you on the edge of your seat. You knew what was going to happen because obviously played the game. If you haven't played the game and watched it, I bet it still put you on the edge of your seat. But was amazing. Marlene was amazing. Henry and Sam, that kid scene at the end where Ellie put her blood on his bite to try save him, and he still turned and attacked her, and it led to Henry killing his own brother and then killing himself. I think that scene was really good. And the zombies, my God, the clickers, the runners, the bloaters, the way that in that scene where Joel and Ellie meet Henry and Sam, and they come up from underground, and the bloater, wow, you can tell everything has gone into this series, and it was amazing. So amazing. You have a lot more people that did a really, really good job. Just shout out to everyone who acted in the show, because I know I picked some out, but that you made one of the best TV shows that I'm definitely going to go back and watch. And for it to be The Last of Us, there was always that thought of, if it became a TV show, would it discredit the game? Or would it be completely different from the game? And I think they've done perfectly for it to stick to the game, but also broaden the horizon to extend more of the characters, knowing more of the backgrounds. And now we talk about the last episode. Episode 9, if you haven't seen it already, spoiler alert, this is your warning if you haven't seen it already. But if you have, I hope you enjoyed this part. If you haven't, definitely go check it out, but this is spoiler warning. Season 9 comes to the last episode, and you starts off with Ellie's mum, and Ellie's mum being pregnant, running towards a cabin, and her literally running away from something. You don't find out what till a couple of minutes later, till she traps herself in a nursery room kids' room, and then something bangs on the door. A water breaks while she's going up the stairs, and when she's on the floor in the kids' room, a zombie bursts through and literally fights her, and she stabs it and kills it. And then you hear this baby cry, and she's given birth to Ellie. And then she pulls the cords because she got bit, and she didn't want Ellie to get infected. But she used the same knife, so maybe my thoughts around that part when I saw that was that why Ellie couldn't get infected and she was immune because of that happening at birth? Or is it because something else that you soon find out later on in the actual episode, which at that point I didn't know about? Then it cuts to Ellie and Joel walking past a highway, and Ellie sat on the back of the truck thinking about this. And Joel's opening up, joking and having a laugh with her about finding some soup or a tin of food. And Ellie's not all with it, which relates to back to the game. And Ellie's just a bit off and off, and she knows that the journey's coming to an end. You can tell Joel doesn't want her to leave or don't want her to go through this, and I know that's the whole journey of what they wanted to, but you could tell the emotion between them as it went on. Then you get to the point where they're walking and Joel's trying to have a laugh with Ellie and open up, and they're having a laugh with each other, and Ellie gets a joke back out, and they're literally laughing with each other. Joel's rating her jokes, and that bond that you see in the game, they have matched that 100%. 100% in the TV show. Like, this has to be one of the best TV shows I've seen, and I will definitely go back and watch this because of how good it actually was. Then it cuts, a little bit goes on, and then it cuts to Joel opening up about Sarah. And him and Ellie talking. And you can see Joel whelming up. You can see him actually opening up with Ellie, and that bond getting more and more better like it does in the game. And you see how close they've become between these episodes, where at the beginning, when they set off on this journey, he didn't care, he just wanted to get her to the point and leave her. Like, his mission was to get her there, and that was it. He wanted a ranch, he wanted his own place, he wanted his own, like, animals, this and other. And you can see the bond improving throughout the episodes, and to get to this point in this episode, at this moment in time, Joel welling up as they're talking about it. And you could tell Ellie doesn't know what to really say, like in the game, as she's never seen this side of Joel before. It's slowly come out as they've progressed. So it goes on, and then they end up getting flash bombed, and Joel gets knocked out. Well, Ellie gets pulled away by the Fireflies, and Joel wakes up in the hospital. Now, we all know this amazing scene from the game where Joel goes to save Ellie. We all remember it, where he's escorted out of the building, but then comes back fighting for Ellie. He's made this bond with her. His daughter was killed at the beginning, and him being around Ellie and opening up to Ellie has saved him, and has realised what it's like to be a dad again. Because he, like he said in the episode, he kind of lost himself. He didn't really care. But then he found his way again while with Ellie. And you've got Marlene, that person did an amazing job. The way she explained it to Joel about her being a cure for the humanity, and how it being a concept that is in the brain, and Joel finding out that it's in the brain. So it's either she saves mankind and nearly dies, or she doesn't die and there's no cure. And it gets to the point where Joel is escorted out the building and he's thinking about it. He's looking for details around the place, like the route of the level that he's on, stuff that are around him, to know definitely where he is, because he's just woke up from getting knocked out. And then while on the stairs, he's having a fight battle with the Fireflies to try get back to Ellie, which the fight scene was amazing, where in the game it's extended over longer and you've got to use bricks, bottles. Obviously in this it was just guns that Joel took off the soldiers, but that part where you get into the surgery room and the guy picks up the little knife, the cutting knife for the operation, and Joel just shoots him in the head, spot on with the TV show. And the same in the game. You can see the comparisons like mad. And then him walking out with Ellie and having Marlene there to stop him, saying about when she grows up and Joel growing up and Joel dying and Ellie moving away and being by herself. What's she going to do then? And Joel don't want that. He's had this bond. She's like his daughter all over again. And he's got fond of Ellie and he don't want to lose her. So he rescued her, which meant shooting Marlene and killing her. And then he goes into the car, gets a car and drives back to his brother's like living area that you see in the game and is in the second game. And it's just, the whole scene is just amazing, of the travels of Ellie waking up, and then when the car breaks down they have to hike, which is, I think it said 5 hours hike, which they've done before. And then the climax is Ellie asks Joel, is everything that he said about the Fireflies true? He said that the Fireflies got raided, he only made it out there, Marlene didn't survive, and he had no other choice. Where he stopped the operation, he didn't want Ellie to go through with this, so he took her. He couldn't do with that again. He lost one daughter, he didn't want to lose another. And then it ended just like that. I really wanted more. And I know there couldn't be more because that's where the game leaves. But by God, I hope they make a season 2. There's one point in this episode that I didn't point out, which I really, really enjoyed, which I kind of skipped over, but now thinking back at it, I shouldn't have, which is the part where they're in this building, torn down building, and they need to get higher place just to see where to go. They need to get higher to the rooftop to see where they go and where this hospital could be. And Joel gives Ellie a boost, but then Ellie gets distracted by something and runs off. So Joel panics, climbs up the ladder. When Joel and Ellie see the giraffe, you see the happiness on Ellie's face, where she's telling Joel not to scare it, and then Joel gets a plant and the giraffe moves, and the happiness on her face when she's feeding the giraffe, just like she's in the game. And she gets so excited and she's in love with that moment, and it expresses so much as it is in the actual TV show as it did in the game. And that is just one of the spectacular moments that I love. That is one of the best parts of the last episode. And when it moves and disappears, she runs up, goes to the rooftop and looks out. And you see all the giraffes in the field. That point that they've literally matched correctly, I think is amazing. And they've done that spot on. Season 2, the game 2, I loved playing, and I really want them to do it. I really want them to continue with The Last of Us TV show. I don't want it to end there. Might take a while for them to do, because obviously they've got to film it, plan it, this, that and other, and the budget. But I really hope they do it, because it's just phenomenal what they have done with the first season and with the first game. I'd really like to see what they do with the second game. Because in the second one, if you haven't played the game, you know, if you haven't played the game, then spoiler, but if you have, you know Joel dies. So it'd be interesting to see what they do on that part, and what they do as Ellie's revenge. Or goes to find Tommy and track him down. So it'd be interesting to see that season play out in an actual TV show as well. So I hope they actually do it. Fingers crossed they actually do. It might take some time, which I know, but I hope for God they do this. Because if they plan it right and they stick it to the second game as well, it could be as amazing as the first season. It'd be interesting to see what you guys thought of this season, let alone this last episode, and what you think of the entire thing down below in the comments. If you've seen it, let me know what you think. If you haven't seen it, it's a must watch, because I couldn't wait for this every Monday. Every Monday I watched it without a chance. Now it's ended, I'm a bit lost to what to watch, because that was the one TV show that I was keeping up with by far. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I know it's been a long video of just me talking and me doing a review, but I really hope you have enjoyed this episode of this review. If you have, smash the like button, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you think, and smash the like button and smash the notification bell. I'd like to do more reviews if you guys truly do want them. If you do, let me know down in below in the comments. And shout out to everyone that worked on this TV show, all the cast, producers, directors, cameramen, makeup artists for like the zombies and for the cuts and the bruises and them turning, the clickers, all the makeup artists, every actor, everyone that has to do with The Last of Us. Shout out to you, because you have literally made a brilliant TV show. Like I said, if you have liked it, smash the like button, subscribe, and press the notification bell. Let me know what you think down below. And it has been your boy Brad SK22. Until the next video, stay safe, stay well, and peace!